Good morning, everybody. I don't know what happened with my GoPro, but something was not working, so different start today. But good morning. It is August 9th, day 22. We're almost to day 30, and this feels like a journey to me. Waking up, going for a walk every day wasn't a big deal. Making a vlog every day, that's something that was pretty challenging for me. Write all this stuff down, get all the questions going, make the videos, post it every morning. But we're almost done. We're almost there. Day 22 out of 30, and today is going to be a great day. The quote today: what you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. Right? Very powerful message. A lot of people are so focused on getting things, material things, physical things, but they don't necessarily focus on what you did to get there and the habits that you created. So some people set wrong goals, and then what happens? To give you a good example, especially in this town, some people really like materialistic things. So they're going to do things to their body, against their morals, against their spirit, to get those material things. But it's about what you become to get those goals. It's not about what you get, right? So that's looking at a very negative kind of route. But you see that all around, and you see it's unfortunate that so many people will become worse people, or gross people, or unmoral people, to get things, and they're not focused on becoming things. Anyway, the health discussion today. Let's talk about flexibility and mobility. This one is extremely important. Why? Well, because if you're not flexible enough and you don't have the mobility to get into the correct positions, you're not going to be able to do certain movements properly. All right? The easy example of this is like an overhead squat. All right? Put a bar over your head and do a squat. If you don't have the shoulder mobility, the hip mobility, the ankle mobility, you're going to not be able to go all the way down, or at least below parallel, or to a good position to get a good squat in. And if you can't do that, you're definitely not going to be able to do a snatch, a full squat snatch. So mobility plays a huge role. And not only that, it plays a role as you get older and older and older. There's construction going on here today. It absolutely plays a role as you get older. As you get older, your body more stiffens up. You start to lose more flexibility, mobility, and you realize a lot of old people have a hard time just tying their shoes, right? Why? Well, because it's sedentary lifestyles and so forth. Part of your routine should be mobilizing, stretching. It's also good for injury prevention. There's so many different types of just stretching. There's different types of mobility. You got a knot, you need to roll that out, help break it apart, right? Your muscles are all in a knot, they're combined in a maze. And sometimes you just need to roll that out and loosen that up. That way your muscles can flow better. So it starts to restrict your blood flow, and you start to not do as many reps. It affects your performance, absolutely. So not only does flexibility, mobility affect your performance, it affects your range of motion, prevents you from doing a lot of things. And it's best for overall health, right? So especially as you get older. And let's talk about crypto. Crypto today, we're talking about ICOs. You hear a term, ICU. There's plenty of different terms that they come out for them, but the concept is basically the same, and it's basically funding, a seed round, pre-funding round, and so forth. Normally they have private rounds and seed rounds before the ICU. And what ICU means, it means initial coin offering. and it's mainly for the public sales and so forth. But basically what it is anybody around the world that has a wallet set up can send money to a protocol, to a smart contract, and basically invest into a brand new token, a brand new concept, a brand new business, a brand new strategy, whatever they are offering. You have the ability to buy into it for the first time as it hits the market or before it goes to the public market. So, and the thing is here's the catcher, is anybody can set these up, almost anybody, depending on what platform is being used. Almost every single person in the world has the ability to raise money for very cheap. Now, what does that entitle? That entitles that anybody can do it. So what are you going to get? You're going to get the millions of bad people that just want quick money, that are scamming people, all right? But what else are you going to get? You're going to get people that are actually wanting to build. You're investing. It's up to you to find the good investments and the bad investments. You're not obligated to just always get the good investments, right? But the opportunity is there. Versus our financial system today, we still have 90% of businesses fail within the first few years. But how does that process of funding work? Well, your funding is more locked up, and the only way you can sell it is if you actually go find someone that you know to transfer the paperwork to make the deal. It's very difficult. Well, nowadays, just a little bit different. I mean, you can have people all over the world, and there's liquidity instantly, all right? Once we set up liquidity pools and so forth, you can literally look at your assets almost instantly. And so now you can fund into these very high risky plays and still have the liquidity to get out the next month. And so most pre-round, seed rounds in today's world, you invest money and you're going to be stuck with that for 2 years, sometimes 5 years, before it even gets to a market where you're going to be able to liquidate it. So the game has changed quite a bit, and ICOs are very risky because they're not considered securities, so they can't necessarily be backed by equity in the company. So what are we actually buying if we're buying these tokens? If we're not buying equity in that company, we're buying equity basically in that ecosystem or that blockchain, or we're buying governance so we can have a vote what the company does, what the protocol does, or some other type of utilities. And right now it's just memes. Just there is no utility. Just it's worthless. That's all I have to say. And sometimes they even go crazy. But you can get into the pre-sale that helps fund the project get started, and you can get in super early without being an accredited investor, without any of these, without a bank account, without any other stuff in the traditional world that is preventing people from taking such high risk plays. Now, I just said they are high risk plays where you can absolutely turn 1,000 times, even more, your money over the course. If you find that winner, you have to understand that there's a million of them out there that are going to steal all your money. So it's very risky. But those are ICUs. There's, like I said, there's a bunch of different terms for that, but the concept of it is the same. The concept of anyone being able to invest into high risky brand new startup businesses or protocols is there, is available without a bank account, without being an accredited investor. You can now take an extreme amount of risk to make generational wealth with crypto. It is possible today. That is why I'm in the trenches digging, trying to find new companies that will absolutely 100 times, 1,000 times my money. And one of these days, I'm going to get lucky. Until then, time to grind. Peace.